Hey guys, I'm back with another video. Today I'll be looking at probably one of the most famous bombs of the Second World War from by the RAF would be the Avro Lancaster. So yeah, today I'm going to be looking at that and just talk about the design, its roles, some of the upgrades it's had over the years, its legacy. So also if you like, I'm looking at a monitor, I've got a script that I'm reading from. I'm not great at memorising information. Yeah. Let's start by looking at the design. So the Avro Lancaster was designed by a man called Roy Chadwick in response to a 1936 military specification for a new heavy bomber for the Royal Air Force. The resulting design was a 4-engine aircraft with a crew of 7. It was capable of carrying a maximum bomb load of 22,000 pounds. The Lancaster was known for its distinctive rounded nose and broad wingspan, making it a highly recognisable aircraft. Something else I want to mention, it was actually originally designed as the Avro Lancaster, another famous place in England, which is where the Lancaster got its name from, a place called Lancaster. But the problems with the Manchester were its engines. I believe it used... It was another engine made by Rolls-Royce. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. So Manchester only had 2 engines in a shorter wing. The engines were extremely unreliable, and I didn't have enough lifting capabilities to carry the bomb specification that was wanted by the Royal Air Force and the Air Ministry. So they basically cut off the wingtip, extended it by a few feet, and then added a second set of engines, which were Rolls-Royce Merlins, which at one point were actually the same engines used in the Supermarine Spitfire. Yeah, so on the design for you. Let's talk about its roles. So the role in World War II, the Lancaster was first used in combat was in 1942. When it was released, and it proved to be a highly effective, and it quickly proved to be a highly effective bomber. It was used extensively in the strategic bombing campaigns against Germany, dropping thousands of tons of bombs on targets such as industrial centres, transportation networks, and military installations. It was also used in a variety of other roles, including reconnaissance, transport, and even air-to-air refuelling. This not existed back then. So now its innovations and upgrades, and over the course of its service life, the Lancaster underwent a number of innovations and upgrades. The most significant was the addition of the mid-upper turret. I do indeed have one on my model. So originally that didn't exist. It just had the front guns and the rear guns. But then they added a mid-upper turret, so it had better capabilities for aircraft attacking from the sides. I have to go after the engines. So yeah. So it proved defense against enemy fighters, and was also equipped with electronic aids such as a radar, which was invented by the British just a bit before the war, just a few years before, and radio navigation equipment allowing for more accurate targeting and safe flying in adverse weather conditions. So let's look at its legacy. The Avro Lancaster is probably considered one of the greatest bombers of World War II and remains an enduring symbol of the RAF's contribution to the war effort. Despite being retired from active service in the 1960s, a number of Lancaster bombers have been preserved and can still be seen in flight today at air shows and events around the world. The Lancaster's legacy continues to inspire aviation enthusiasts and historians alike. So yeah, I said about there's a few still in flight, and I mean a few. There's one at East Kirkby. They are restoring that to flight along with a B-25 Mitchell, a Bristol Bolingbroke, and sorry about my voice, and a Mosquito. The Lancaster and Mosquito are in taxiing condition, and the Bolingbroke and B-25 Mitchell are quite literally in pieces at the moment. But yeah, there's also one at RAF Coningsby at their BBMF. my voice is terrible today. Along with their Dakota and some of their Spitfires and Hurricanes. Yeah, so there are some all over the world, but there's only like a few left in flight condition, like in safe flight condition. Yeah, let's talk about specialised roles as well. One of this part, so after this part, I'm not reading actually from a script because me being an idiot, I've got to put that in. So yeah, one of its most famous roles, one could argue, was its role in the Dam Buster campaign. Essentially, the way it worked was under the aircraft, the bomb bay doors were removed. You can see they would be about there. So the bomb bay doors were removed, and underneath it was added two actually struts, so A-frame struts that would come out. There was a rotating disc, and they were spring loaded. So essentially, a motor would drive the disc from up. So the motor would be up there in the bomb bay. There'd be a chain that would run down from the motor to the A-frame, which would spin up the bomb, because obviously the bomb mounted in the airframe, so it can rotate. I'm gonna cover the Dam Buster and the bouncing bomb more in another video. Yeah, so essentially it would spin up the bomb, it would fly about 60 feet, which required the pilots to be very, very skilled, and then they would drop the bomb, and because of the backspin applied, it would skip across the water. Almost like, when you go to the beach, you have like a really flat rock, you can skim it across the water. It's almost like that, except that's a rock that weighs maybe 60 or 70 grams. This is a bomb that weighed a few tons. So yeah, yes, that's something that I excelled in with Dam Buster campaign, which was very successful, by the way. What else can we see? Operation Chastise. The aid to the Netherlands. They airdropped lots of supplies into the Netherlands in Operation Chastise. Let's see. So let's go to Google. Let's see. Where else they've competed? Let's see. I tell you what, let's talk about like its first flight and things. So there was, okay, I only got a few minutes left. So there was around 7,300 built, to be exact, 7,377. And its first flight was on the 9th of January 1941. One of its variants was the Avro Lancaster, which I will put a picture of. So let's see, Avro Lancaster. This is a very unheard of bomber that not many people actually know about. This is more similar to the Manchester. So it's got a slightly shorter wingspan, 2 engines. These wouldn't exist on the Manchester. I'm actually not sure what they are, to be fair. It's like some sort of passenger aircraft, potentially. I'm actually not entirely sure what it is, to be fair. I've never actually heard of it. It's the first this is the first I've heard of it. Yeah. It's just sort of a transport aircraft by the looks of things. There's actually a lot of confusion between the Avro Lancaster and the Lancastrian. Look, you can find some designs that have 2 engines on the Lancastrian, some designs that have 4. Yeah. Anyways, we're almost out of time. This makes more sense now. So I've found something about the Lancastrian. It was a jet-powered Lancaster. So this would have been after the Costa Meteor and things were invented. And then she took off 2 of the engines, strapped 2 jets to it, and hoped it'd be faster, basically, by the looks of things. I will look into that. I'll most certainly look into that for another video. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in another video in the future. Bye. Also, just one more note. My other channel, my main channel, is going to be deleted in the next couple of days due to account verification issues. No, I'm not scanning or anything, but yeah. So yeah, basically because of verification issues, my account's going to be deleted. So I'm going to either start up a new one, in which case I'll plug it in on this channel, or I will just focus on this channel. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like, subscribe if you enjoy this content, and hit the bell if you want to see more. Whatever I upload. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Talk to you then.